Me, not accustomed to be called a suspect unless it was by the police. Um, but I'm Dave, and I'm an alcoholic, definitely. And I've been drinking alcoholically since I was about 16. My mom had cancer, and she drank to cover up her pain. But I didn't look at it that way. I just found out where her bottle was, and I'd snitch out of that. So that's where I got started on wine. And then I caught her. My dad was in the war, and he was still overseas. So she used to drink a lot over that, and I caught her in the garage drinking whiskey one time. So I tried that. That didn't seem that bad. So as that went on, I was in junior high, and we had a friend, old Mass Stats, we called him, and he looked like he was 35, and he was just a junior in high school. So he'd get us liquor. We'd scrape up our money, and me and old crazy Stan and my buddy get a half pint each, and hitchhike down to the next town over and chase their women around. And, uh, that went on and on and on, and I went in the service and married a lady. And of course, being a good sailor, you got to drink. I mean, that's out of the question. You don't not drink and be in the Navy. So, at any rate, that went on, and I drank a lot there, and came out and remarried again, and she cheated on me, so that got me going. And after 3 marriages and 3 divorces, I was hell bent for being an alcoholic. So that went on, and I have more DWIs than I think anybody here. Both the 3 states got them all together. They wouldn't let me drive at all, but I fooled them a lot of times. So still being, I've moved to Indiana from Washington to get away from all this alcohol and depression. I have 2 years, separate years sober, and then when I went to Indiana, I spent 5 years sober, and that was great. And that's what I'm looking for again. Only thing, let's make it more than 5 years this time. But I fell in love again out there, and that turned out to be another disappointment. So that kicked me. Well, I didn't fall off the wagon. I jumped off the damn wagon. But I went back drinking heavy then, and that I drank myself into cirrhosis. And now I'm trying to. I got 7 days sober right now, and it's not easy. And for some reason, when I would quit for 5 years, the cravings just didn't catch up with me. But this time around, it just drives me nuts. I have a bad temper, and I get quick triggers, and when they go off, that's my first thought: alcohol. That fixes everything. But unfortunately, it doesn't. It breaks everything, and it messes up your life, which I've found out. And it's just destroyed most of my life. I thought I have to think that if I spent all that time sober, where the heck would I be? Certainly better off than I am now. And when I came out here, I moved back out to Washington. Unfortunately, I do have a sport group. My son doesn't drink, and I have some friends that don't drink. So, I'm trying to hang around with them as much as possible and just get back to where I was. But like I say, it hasn't been an easy task. I'm grateful for Jim. He's helped me out. I knew I had to have a sponsor because I have to be accountable. Because if I just depend on myself, it's not going to work. It just ain't going to work. I've tried it too many times and given up too many times. So this time I'm really trying to work it right. And, going through the steps with Jim, going through the book, trying to do everything that I'm supposed to do and stick with it. That's the thing, is sticking with it. And like Jim always tells me, you got to do the work, not the talk. And I'm grateful for that because that's what keeps me going. I have to have somebody to keep me going, and Jim's a good one for that. So I guess that's all I got for right now. But thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave.